Welcome back, my computer duders. It's 3:22 in the morning right now. Why am I playing Minecraft, a game for literal children, at 3:22 in the morning? Because I've lost control of my life. It's as simple as that. Boy, that view is nice though. It's better at night. There's actually better visibility. Little fish fellows. So, what all needs doing? I think I'm going to mine for a little bit. Because that's what people want to see. They've never seen that in a Minecraft video before. Just harvesting fucking cobblestone for hours on end. That's the real cutting edge shit. Normally I'd be listening to a podcast, but I kind of can't because it would put copyrighted material in the audio of this video that I'm making right now. You know, sometimes I wonder to myself what the point is of continuing to make videos when I've been on YouTube since like 2007 and I have like a little over 1,000 followers, like 1,300. Most of which are like Russian bots, I think. I'm pretty sure of it. And the answer to that question is well, it's a good question. Let's leave it at that. So, following up on my you know what I hate theme, you know what I don't hate? It's really tough to come up with people who have never done anything like remotely objectionable. But Bob Ross, I guess, Fred Rogers of Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. Fred Rogers and Jesus Christ were the only two Christians that were good people. Oh, actually, Bob Ross too. Wasn't he Mormon or something? I know he was like a veteran and that he turned to religion during or after his service to deal with his PTSD. I think that entire fro is just like stress growth. Like it just sprouted out of his head while he was in the military because of all the shit that he saw that could never be unseen. That's so weird to think that Bob Ross was in Vietnam. Like, go watch Apocalypse Now and try to imagine Bob Ross. Like, and there we're gonna put just a happy little Vietnamese villager. Just in the corner there. It'll be our secret. Running away from the helicopters, on fire. Gonna need some reds and some oranges to really capture the fire, though. Because, you know, when you burn a human body, it's very bright. The flame is very bright because humans are fatty and energy dense. So just go ahead and go wild with those reds and oranges there. I won't tell anyone. And he never did tell anyone about the crimes that he witnessed. They went to the grave with him. That's also almost unbelievably sad. When there's somebody as genuinely good as Bob Ross, the idea that they're mortal, that they can die and be removed from the world without any adequate replacement lined up. Carl Sagan I'm iffy on. Because as much as I love Cosmos... No, I guess my problem isn't with the old Cosmos. He had a little bit of an attitude, but the new Cosmos... This is coming from somebody who loves to poke fun at like flat earthers and creationists, but the new Cosmos is just like every episode is just you're dumb if you're religious and should feel bad. And you know, it's weird probably hearing from me that there's a problem with that, but there is. You don't tell them that they're dumb, they're going to not listen to you. That's not how you change people's minds. You explain why they're wrong and let them come to the conclusion on their own that they're dumb and that they'll want to listen to you to rectify that. Do I really not have any more coal? That was really the end of my coal? I better fucking find more coal ASAP. How am I gonna mine without coal? I don't even have any logs. I can't burn logs to make more coal. Fuck! Yeah, I like Neil deGrasse Tyson. He's got, contrary to what some people were saying, he's got the sort of cuddly, teddy bearish, friendly demeanor that you really need to make science personable to young people. Like not some strict, scary looking dude in a lab coat, but somebody who you can imagine being like at a family reunion and just being a cool dude. I think it's his mustache. He's got like he also sounds kind of like doesn't sound like him. He gives off the same energy as like Cleveland from Family Guy. He's a non-threatening black man, and they really wanted to associate that with science in order to get young black men into science instead of prison, I guess. Although you learn all kinds of science in prison, like how to make your own alcohol in the toilet, or how to heat up coffee using a repurposed curling iron. That's fucking prison science. That's just as important as any other kind. How to use masking tape to treat a ruptured colon from when your cellie fucked you in the ass too hard. That's mostly a myth. There's not that much anal rape in prisons. I mean, like, if you go to a really nasty prison, maybe, but if it's like if you go to like white collar prison, you're not going to get fucked in the ass unless you really demand it and make it difficult for your roommate to say no. Imagine being in a cell with a dude who's like that. Who's like in denial about it. Like, oh, you better not fuck me in the ass. Oh, I know that's what you want. You want my sweet, sweet, tight little ass, but you better not fuck it. I'm like, dude, nobody wants to fuck your ass. And he's like, wait, what? Really? Really? Is it because I put on a couple pounds? No, I'm just not gay. Oh, well, me either. It's not gay to fuck someone. Yeah, that's gay, dude. Can I just serve out my sentence in peace? It'd be like the what I assume were the director's cut removed scenes from Enemy Mine where they fuck. They must fuck at some point. If it's like that Lonely Island sketch that was a parody of Enemy Mine, which is weirdly influential on me. I think I brought that up like a couple times now. But I think that's true. I think you could put almost any two people on a like desert island. If they're there for long enough and they only have each other, eventually, almost no matter who they are, they're gonna fuck. It could be like a neo-Nazi and like a Jewish woman or a Jewish man. It could be like a hardcore conservative and hardcore liberal. It could be like somebody who has a phobia of clowns and a clown. Although I guess the makeup would wash off and he wouldn't be able to look like a clown for very long. But you can't you can take the clown out of the circus. You can't take the circus out of the clown. That's the quote I want to be remembered for. The deep philosophical quote. Finally, is this iron? Have I gotten coal and iron in the same? Oh, perfect. Just in time to run out of my iron pickaxe. I can still mine using stone pickaxes, right? It's not going to destroy the block. Because it does if you use a wood one. I found that out the hard way. Poopy, 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 poop. Poop, 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 poop. Poopy, 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 poopy. Poopy, 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 poopy. Poopy, 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 poop. boop, boop. And anything else? Oh, I can make fucking torches now. I forgot that was like half the point I went down there for. It's so weird, like having to play video games as like part of your work. Because remember when you were like 8 or 9 and you had a argument with your parents and like you need to go to bed and stop playing those damn video games, and you're like, when I'm grown up, I'm gonna play video games until 4 in the morning, and no one can stop me. And now, I'm in my 30s and I'm playing video games until 4 in the morning, and I wish I could stop. It's like there can be too much of any good thing to where it makes you hate it. Like the fact that you have to do it all the time. Like that sketch where Homer Simpson goes to hell and they feed him donuts. And they think he'll get sick of it at some point. And they're going to make him hate something they love, but he just never gets tired of it. And they run out of donuts. Donuts are actually nasty. Am I the only one in the world who thinks that? I think that's a pretty controversial thing to hate, but they're just too sugary. There's too much goddamn sugar in a donut. It's not even a health thing. They're just nasty. They're so fucking over sweet. It's just like a glistening lard coated lump of bread. You can just feel the diabetes eating you up from the inside. I think I have everything I need to make at least one more iron pickaxe now, but that really doesn't cut it. I should have a lot more iron by this point. And that's saying something. I'm a fucking American, so my food is already hyper saturated with sugars in order to get me to buy more sugar products. Get me hooked so that the sugar industry can keep expanding their business. Even for me, though, like donuts are just gross. It's too much. What are like the common foods? Because everybody I've met who has foods they hate, it's always the same couple of foods. It's like onions, mushrooms, tomatoes, pickles, and eggs. Like it's not always all of those exact same ones, but it's always like several from that list. Those are just some foods that are not for everybody. And I guess black licorice, but that's a candy. I don't know if that belongs on that list. It's a candy. Don't you run out before I get this fucking iron. Oh, god damn it. What did I just say? How come virtual objects that exist only on screens in front of my eyeball don't respect me enough to obey my commands? My cat doesn't fucking respect me enough to obey my commands. I don't think I have enough gym badges. I remember one time she had been pooping in secret in like a really far-flung portion of the house that was in this corner behind the couch, and embarrassed the shit out of me because like I had a guest over, and somehow, even though I had failed to notice this hidden shit pile, because I never go past there, so I never smelled it. They noticed it right away, and they're like, you let your cat shit in the house? I'm like, no, you asshole. I didn't know that she was doing that. My cat is a cat. She doesn't ask permission to do anything. She does things in secret right up until she can't get away with them, and then she's not sorry because she's a fucking cat. Cats don't give even the thinnest sliver of a shit, and they never will. That's enough. That's exactly enough to make a fucking pickaxe. I should be happy, but I need to be making, or not making iron, but harvesting iron, collecting iron at a rate fast enough that I not only replace the tools that I broke, but I also have like a surplus. That's where I need to get to. Well, that smelts, although it's not going to take long. It's just 3 iron. Damn it, okay. I wanted to run to land and get more wood. I really need a tree dome, but there's just no goddamn room to build a tree dome anywhere. I don't think so. I'm pretty sure I looked exhaustively before. Let me just make this pickaxe and then we'll go look. So I was watching this, I think it's like a film critic channel on YouTube. I don't remember the name. It wasn't the one everybody knows about. Um, about how Jim Carrey was just a complete dick on the set of Man on the Moon because he just thinks he's so brilliant, and that was a good performance. It was good, not great. He overacted because he's Jim Carrey, and that's like you can't tell Jim Carrey not to overact. That's like telling M. Night Shyamalan not to put a twist in his movies. But he's just talking about how the spirit of fucking uh, Andy Kaufman inhabited his body, and it wasn't him on the set; it was Andy. And it's like, oh yeah, okay, dude, okay, if you say so. And he was just using that as an excuse to be a total fucking asshole to every other actor in that movie, like they didn't matter. And it's weird because he has become simultaneously more empathetic and more of a dick. Everything about him has been magnified since I'm pretty sure he went on like an ayahuasca retreat or something, because nobody can tell me, like, how else do you explain the fact that he came back with a beard and this crazy as shit, crazy as a shithouse rat. Shithouse rats aren't crazy. They know what they're doing. They just have fetishes the world is not ready to accept. Oh, they love being in the shithouse. Oh, they're like, yeah, feed me your turds, baby. I assume. I can't imagine any other reason. Go the fuck away. Is that a skelly man? It better not be a skelly man. I'm scared. I'm getting scared. Huh. Okay, I heard an arrow. Hold on, let me fucking try my trident. You mess with the fucking king of the ocean, bitch! Where you go? Where you go? I'm coming for you. I'm Neptune, bitch! You say it that way to let them know who's the boss. Who's the boss? I don't want to kill a cow tonight. Tonight, I grant you a reprieve from violence, cow. Because we're really, in the end, we're not so different. I also have teats bulging with milk, waiting to be extracted by the warm, strong hands of a farmer. That's the kind of thing my therapist keeps telling me not to say out loud. And to save for the special alone time when I'm in bed at night. Here we go. That should be enough to last for a while. I want to gather more tree... I should gather more tree shit. While I'm here, I'm about to have more storage space anyway. That's right, Minecraft is anime now. You thought it was Herobrine, but it was me, Creeper. Dude, if a creeper blew me up right now, I would be more impressed than angry. Like, he would have earned that kill. Feels weird to be above water. I feel exposed and vulnerable. Like any big strong man could come and take advantage of my hot, sweet buttocks. Right now. With my pants all loose, they're kind of hanging out. Nobody? Really? Alright. Guess I'll go to the public park bathrooms again. I was going to say go to the truck stops, but I think that's more like a bastion of gross, crusty heterosexuality than the inverse. Like, truck drivers are absolute savages. They do not care. They'll pee in a bottle. They will fuck a prostitute in the back of a semi-truck cab. They'll eat gas station beef jerky 3 meals a day. They do not care. They're not long for this world and they know it. I'm going to need this later. You'll see. You'll see. They'll all see. They'll all pay. By PayPal, Venmo, or Square Cash. I also accept Bitcoin. There's my little home. It's so cozy. So cozy in the pitifully shallow waters. I got the view I wanted. But now I can't grow trees. I guess there's room like right there. I could build a tree dome. I just have to demolish some of what I've already built. May as well. May as well. Got nothing better to do. And I want to develop this space a little bit more before I move on. However, I think I'm only going to make a large enough dome for like a single tree. I need those trees though. I'll go get that in a second after I unload some of this shit. This will all come in really fucking handy, trust me. Not that I'm a trustworthy person, but just this once. And where did I throw that stuff? Did it go to the surface, or is it trapped under here? I went to the surface. So weird having slightly more accurate physics. And I guess it didn't really feel that much like water before. It felt a little bit like water. Train in the background, please stop. Please stop honking your big ass train horn. I'm sure that's the only joy in the life of a modern train conductor, being that everything is being rapidly automated. But be considerate of people like me who are not. I guess I'm not sleeping, so he doesn't really have to give a shit. Do I still have stone slabs? Thank goodness, yes I do. 4 of those. And do I need more? I don't need more of these yet, but I'll just grab one just in case. And a door. Don't I need a door? I do need a door. There we go. Wait, I'm gonna do it this way, aren't I? Yes, I am. Yes, I am. He he he. Uh-oh. Huh, I didn't know about that. I have to destroy this. That's right, I do have to destroy some coral reefs. Look away, environmentalists. And this one, too. Wow, coral's fucking tough. Almost like they don't want us breaking it. Almost like it's a fucking crime against the wonder of the world. Could you please give me one episode where fuck. I've had it up to here with these fucking zombies. All you ever do is spin. It's a sickness. This is your intervention. Let's see. Really need that helmet. Really need that helmet. I'm gonna make another walkway like the other one. I think I'm going to. Isn't that it? That's it. Now I need to start building the arch, like the covered walkway. Once I have at least one tree dome, although that's not really as useful as having a bunch of trees, because it'll take me longer to replenish the wood, I'll at least have a wood source, and I can use bone meal to accelerate the growth of the tree. So it's really a better solution than it initially appears to be. That's what I tell myself every night. I think so, yeah. Does anyone else have the weird, creepy fantasy when they watch pretty like girl YouTubers playing these games that you'll run into them online and you'll charm them? You'll charm them and they'll want to come live with you and like get married and gay shit like that. No, only me. Okay, okay then. Glad we established that. I don't think that was supposed to go that way. I was supposed to do this. And I think this was supposed to go here. So go here and this way. For right now. I think I've made my... Nope, I can't put that there. Oddly enough. I think I may have played myself, you guys. In fact, I did. I just did. Right now. How much damage am I doing flooding the habitat constantly, I wonder? This is... No, that's the correct distance. 1, 2, 3. Good, I don't have to rebuild this part. But I do have to plug that up with some dirt so that I can get some air in that area, in that spot. And I may need some of this. Finally, you'll get to see what that looks like. Although I don't have any iron, so I can't make a flint and tinder. I should not have used up all my iron. Welp. How good an idea was this? We're about to find out. Not that great, it turns out. Where's the water even coming from? Where's the water coming from? Does water go through leaves now? Do leaves not displace water? They don't. There's water inside those leaves. Holy moly. Holy fucking shit. My eyes have been opened and I can never unsee the truth. So that basically makes leaf blocks completely useless now, because I can't use them to burn to clear out domes. Well done, Mojang. Well done. You made the game better. What the fuck do I do now? Why would they do that? What the fuck am I going to use as a filler material now? Am I doomed to basically have to use dirt or wool? Am I going to have to fucking farm sheep so I have a burnable material I can clear domes with? Or are they trying to force players to use the sponge? I feel like that's it. I feel like they're trying to force sponge usage. Whatever. That's close enough. This is bullshit, man. I'm mildly displeased, and that's saying something. Specifically, it's saying that I'm mildly displeased, which you heard me say not 2 seconds ago. Ruminate on that. You sexy captain of industry. What does it mean? What is it when I say things? As much or as little as you want it to. I say all kinds of things, and it doesn't necessarily mean shit. I think there will be enough room for the dome. I already have some. There we go. I made an interconnecting hallway for no reason other than it looks slightly better than having everything bunched up. Okay, it's a little awkward. It's a little awkward to have my mine shaft right here in the middle of the floor. But whatever. There's no rules, you know? You get me? We can be creative. Bob Ross told us we could make it anything we wanted. What the fuck do I do now, though? Let's see. Let's see. Trying to visualize with my eyes. Can I really do that? Yes, I can. Okay. Just making sure. And I do want to do that. It'll become apparent why in a second. I hope so, at least. Am I really making a dome this large? Do I need to? Yes, I do. It needs to be at least this large. Normally I make domes considerably larger than this even. Because it takes some vertical room to grow a tree. I'm enjoying the lighting changes, though. The visibility is way better. This looks much more like being underwater than before, where it's just pitch black all the time. It's going to look kind of like a penis. I'm going to call that now, so we can just avoid snickering about it. It's going to look like a fucking lumpy penis. Which all penises are lumpy. Right? I mean, mine's normal, right? It's supposed to be shaped like a lumpy potato, isn't it? Yeah, of course it is. I mean, ladies seem to like it. They scream when they're happy, right? Let's see. This is going to be a really oddly shaped Sealab. This might turn out to be a colony after all. I really don't want it to be because I'm in fucking shallow water. I guess I'll be building more than one sea base, unavoidably. Is that correct? That's 3 units. That's correct. Now we're back to stone knives and bearskins, having to go to the fucking surface every time. This is a much bigger dome than I intended to build. What's happening? This isn't a 5 frequency dome. This is a 3 frequency dome. So why does it look so much bigger? Fuck. There we go. That's the closest thing to pain that I experience in my privileged cis hetero white man existence. Oh yeah, one of my favorite YouTubers, his wife had a baby boy and he was talking about how amazing it was that she could withstand the pain of her fucking cooter being stretched open large enough to pass a mass the size of a football. And I must agree. I mean, as a man, I cry sometimes when I take especially huge dumps. So just imagining trying to pass, and it's not even really analogous. And the butthole is actually more stretchy. It's more like trying to pass like a baseball through your urethra. Narrow urethra, Peggy. That's got to be the worst fucking pain imaginable. Except for the people who backed No Man's Sky. That's slightly worse. This is kind of cool scenery. I got coral reefs over down here. I've got fucking glaciers over there. It's going to be kind of close to the glass, but I guess that's actually kind of cool. There's just exactly enough room. Although I can expand in this direction afterwards, which I might want to. It'll be cool to have at least one dome, won't it? And you can't build underwater and not have domes. Uh-oh, that's not correct. That shouldn't be that way. I've made some sort of error and I'm not sure what yet. Uh-oh, this is 5 units wide. That's 5 units. Wait a minute. What the fuck did I do? What did I do? Something's wrong here. Oh, I see what I did. Oh, god damn it. How do I fix this? I've built a lot that's going to have to be demolished. Basically everything. It sure would be easy if I had some way of breathing underwater. I feel like a kid at the beach with like a plastic sand pail and like a little plastic shovel trying to build rapture. I'm just ill-equipped in every way for this task. At least shit floats now. I think that's better. I can't decide how much of an improvement that is. Because either way, you either got to go the very top or the very bottom to collect all the shit, the debris that you want to like recycle. None of this is correct. I didn't even think about that. It's hard to do. It's hard to figure out how something comes off of a dome, like an archway like that. I think this is right. I think this is fucking embarrassing. How long have I been building these things? Okay, that's correct, isn't it? I think that's correct. No, that's still not correct. I don't think, because that's still 5 units wide. It has to come in this way. Let's see. Can't go that way. Can't go that way either. Let me try this. Let me try something. One, two, three. 1, 2, 1, 1, 2. I think this is right. I think this is right. Have you seen that National Ge? This isn't. I don't think it's National Geographic. I think it's BBC Blue Planet, where there's like a tribe of people who live at sea full time, and they've evolved like better lung capacity because they spearfish for their food. And when I say spearfish, I don't mean they have like air compressors or scuba. I mean they dive down with nothing. They just get really lean, so they're not very buoyant, and they sink the fuck down there with goggles they make out of shells, and they just throw the fucking spear at the fish. Uh-oh. Mistakes were made, but not by me. Is that really single use? No, it's not single use, thank goodness. Would you stop spinning? This is a farce. They love to spin. It's their incurable vice. Look at them. There's fucking zombies spinning not 10 feet from me. I think this will work. I think this is what I should have done to begin with. Boy, this is going slowly. I wish I could breathe underwater. Boy, do I... Oh, it's raining. Check this out. This is one of the comfiest things about living underwater. Up here, there's a rainstorm. You can hear it, and you can see it. But if you go down, not even very deep. Am I deep enough to where I can't hear it? I am. It's totally silent down here. I can't even see the raindrops. It's the magic of living underwater, man. You're totally insulated from surface weather, no matter how nasty it gets. I can get wet and nasty, believe you me. Fuck you, especially fuck you and you over there. None of this is actually needed. So I don't know if I've talked about this before, but I had this idea for solving homelessness. Have human exhibits at the zoo where the habitats are just like replicas of apartments, and they get to live there rent-free and eat free food so long as they just let visitors gawk at them. Isn't that what a Big Brother is, though? Isn't that what reality TV is? It's just a human zoo. And before you say that's demeaning, if I would do that for free rent, are you kidding me? Like right now, the NSA already spies on me masturbating for free. For free. I could be making money. I wouldn't make money. I would have free room and board and fucking food. But that's money in your pocket in a different sense. That's money you don't have to spend on basic like living expenses. I wonder if you'd have like Harambe situations where some crazy lady throws her like kid into the hobo pit, and the hobo tries to take care of the kid but gets shot. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Boy, this sure is a fun lifestyle of constantly almost drowning. But at least there's an actual goddamn ocean now. Holy shit. That is so nice. I can't even quantify for you what a relief it is. There's actual shit in the ocean now. Instead of just having it look like the surface of the moon. Which I guess it does if you go deep enough, but there was just nothing in the ocean but squids and gravel. For a shamefully long time. You know what else is shamefully long? The wait for season 3 of Rick and Morty. Wow, what'd you think I was going to say? Uh-oh. That was a mistake. That's what she said. Wait. Oh. Now I finally understand what you meant. Yes, this is gonna work. I'm not a total fuck up, just mostly. I wish these zombarinos would... Look at him spinning. You spin me right round, baby, right round. Why do zombies love to spin? That's the real question that we must ask ourselves. What does it tell us about the state of humanity in our own hearts? Let's come the fuck over here and continue building the rim of this dome. I hate building this way, but it has to be quick or I'll fucking drown like I am right now. Heal faster, you bitch. And I sound like a child sweatshop owner in the 1800s. Oh, what's that? Your poor little fingers are tired, Billy? I guess you don't want your 6 shillings. Or actually 6 pence. 6 shillings would actually be a lot of money, wouldn't it? Drowning danger, drowning danger. It better fucking form a proper... It's gonna, isn't it? It's gonna form a proper circle. I want to say yes. I want to say yes, it's going to. Yes, it is. Thank fucking Croundar. Pufferfish, please. Really? After all I've done for you? After the literally nothing I've done for you? How dare you? How dare you betray me like that? I thought our love was real. I really want to finish this. I don't care if I drown. Suddenly I care if I drown. Should I leave this the way that it is or make the rim... I feel like I should make the rim solid. Instead of having this flimsy piece that's only like this in this one spot. Would you... The ocean is starting to look like a not-so-safe place to live. Can you imagine that? You can't. Well, son, it sounds like you've got brain problems. And this part's just going to be dirt, I think. Because ultimately this is going to be a tree dome. For growing trees, as the name would imply. It's going to look weird. I don't fix this. I don't know what to do about it though. Maybe it's not my problem. Maybe it can, like, nobody's ever gonna see it. But I'll know it's there. I'll know it's there. Let's see. 2, 3. And then build a floor under the dirt, because I can't just have dirt as a floor. That would not hold up as part of an underwater structure. It has to, like, be logical. Because I'm a fucking Spurglord like that, and it's a nightmare being this way. Oh, what's that? TV made it seem funny? TV made it seem entertaining, like a superpower? No, it's like OCD on steroids, and you can never make yourself stop. One day your brain is like, hey, I heard you needed some marketable skills. And I'm like, oh, fuck, thank you. You're finally going to start paying attention to important shit like math, and I can learn how to be an accountant and make a load of money. And my brain's like, nope, you're going to become obsessed with underwater structures. You're going to learn everything there is to know about how to build them, and the ones that have existed in history, and the ones that could be built in the future. And even though this information is totally impossible to make a profit off of, I'm going to force you to learn it anyways, just for inscrutable reasons that you yourself don't understand. And then you're just a total hostage to your own, to some part of your own mind you don't have total, like, control over. It's hard to explain. It's a different thing for every one of us. It's just almost never profitable. It's almost never something that would actually benefit us in our lives, like model trains or something. So congratulations, you're fucking obsessed with acorns now. Good luck trying to make a living off of that. Was it that easy to break the entire time? I just had to be inside of an air-filled structure. I like the mental image of Steve in this game, like, not wanting to go out in the cold water because his fingers are already all raisiny. So he just hangs out inside of a door that magically holds the ocean out, and, like, extends his arm 11 feet with the pickaxe to work on his structure. You see how this is going to be, right? It's going to be like a dome that's big enough to grow one tree in. And also will have a fucking stellar view. It's going to be pretty dope. You'll see. You don't believe me. Nobody believes me. They're all against me. Everything's more satisfying when you have opposition. There should be like a histrionic mad scientist who's like, you were all against me from the start, but I'll show you. And it's, no, dude, we weren't against you. None of us were against you. Like, you did. All of you were laughing at me. You fools at the academy. It's like, fools? Really? That's not nice. We also weren't laughing at you at any point. None of us doubted that you could make a ruby laser death ray. Like, that's a pretty common freshman project. Just come back to the academy. We'll forget this ever happened. But he's too proud to admit that he made a big deal out of nothing. The dome begins to take shape. He. Yes! It's going to come pretty close to the surface, actually. I'm not crazy about that, but I can't do anything to stop it. It needs to come close to the surface in order to have the vertical room for a tree to grow. Like, it's going to come stupid close to the surface, to where it's like, why didn't you just build a floating platform? Instead of going all the trouble to empty out a dome that's like 5 feet beneath the surface of the ocean at the tallest point. Like those underwater hotels in Fiji, where it's only like 15 feet down, so it's like going to the aquarium and going through the glass tube. But the glass tube is in the actual ocean, and there's like a bed you can sleep in. I guess that's cool, because if there's like hot chicks swimming around on the surface, you can perv on them. And imagine they're mermaids, if that's what you're into. Some people are into that. They actually like the fish part. Trust me. Just go on DeviantArt, or better yet, don't. Take my word for it. There are some things that you'd be happier not ever having seen. Have you ever wondered how a mermaid with the lower body of a fish would sexually reproduce with a human? Because there are people on DeviantArt who've not only wondered about that, but graphically illustrated it over and over in order to satisfy their scientific curiosity, of course. That's right. That's right. This is a gated community, you fucking zombie. You're not welcome here. It's the beginning of a dark age of segregation for the aqua zombies. Like this, right? Yeah, I'm gonna have to destroy this, which means that was a waste of glass. But do I have more glass, or I'm gonna have to mine more glass? I have 1 brick of sand. Awesome. Awesome, that's everything I need. And I have all these fucking useless goddamn leaf blocks. Look at that little fish under my moon pool. That's enchanting. That's the kind of thing people actually see in underwater labs. Little fish friends just hanging out just inside the moon pool area. So I almost have everything you need for long-term operation in one spot on the seabed. I have food, I have storage, I have a workbench, I have a bed, I have a mine, and I'm about to have a tree dome. And that's basically everything you need in order to stay underwater indefinitely and continue to amass resources if that's all you want to do. If you want to be able to make every type of material in the game and every item in the game, then you need many more domes for all the different kinds of plants you're going to need to be able to raise underwater, and all the different machines you'll need for redstone stuff. I've done that before. I've totally replicated every possible thing you can do on the surface underwater in a giant map. If it's on my channel, it's the Triton Colony. It's the one where there's no surface. It's just 200 unit deep water, specifically for building underwater cities. I think that was my most ambitious build yet. I had the most people involved in that one as crew members. I still have good memories of Triton, because it really worked. We were like a miniature society, and everybody had their thing that they did, and everybody like worked in concert for the good of the city. See, anarchy can work in a video game about virtual Legos, where the physics are totally unrealistic. I think as soon as I get most of this dome done, I'm going to quit. I'm already over time. I'm going to quit right after this. After taking a quick look at it from the surface, let's take a look at our progress. Will we even be able to see it? Or will it? Yeah, we can see most of it. It's really shallow. So you see how that's going to be just large enough vertically that can grow like a single tree. This is what we have so far. This is what we have of our base. Look at those fish swimming by. It looks so fucking awesome now. Underwater shit looks so good in this game now. There's actually things to see out of your windows in your underwater base. I'm going to need a bigger garden at some point. I also want to research what other kinds of half slabs there are, so I don't have to have it all be the same material, because for the tunnels that looks really janky. I want some differently colored half slab material on the rims underneath where it meets the glass. Ideally. Does that make any sense? Probably not. It's now 4:21 in the morning. Holy shit. I should just give out my address so that one of you patient, generous souls can come and mercy kill me.